Okay, so I'm going to introduce the creative writing task, which is your 4th assignment out of 5. To complete this task, you'll need to first read the arrival, choose how you would like to create your text, plan using the DayMap resources or on OneNote, and finally submit a draft to me. So step 1, reading The Arrival by Sean Tan. It's an Australian graphic novel, like I said, written by Sean Tan, who is also the author of The Lost Thing, which some of you might have read before. This novel aims to portray the experience of a father emigrating to a new land. Now, this is quite a unique novel as it is graphic and there are no words, which is great for international and EALD students because you don't have to read the text. You can use your interpretation and the visuals to help you understand the story. So, first of all, the text says you need to select a page from Sean Tan's novel, The Arrival, and create a response to the image or the images on the page. It should be a maximum of 500 words. So you're selecting one page with a creative response of about 500 words. So a reminder, you are not telling me what is happening, but coming up with a story of what you think could be happening. You could choose one of these options: a journal entry from a character, a retelling of an incident or an event from a character's point of view, a letter from a character, or a shared dialogue between characters on the page. So, to help you choose which option you'd like, I've put together some support materials for you to access on DayMap and on OneNote. So if you were thinking you might do a journal entry, but you're not quite sure what goes in a journal entry, you could use this YouTube video here. You could use a retelling of an incident or an event. So this is all about creative writing in a narrative format. So how to write a narrative, how to use first person because it is from a character's point of view, or how to avoid using I too much. So if your story says I sat down, then I was sad, then I ate my bowl of cereal, it's a bit boring. So here is a forum where other writers have talked about this issue of avoiding using I too much. Following that, there's a letter from a character, so how to write a letter, and how to write dialogue. Now, I can jump onto my YouTube. You'll see here we've got the diary entry, we've got the person detailing how to write a narrative. This lady discusses how to use first person in stories. This is a great thread about examples of, instead of using I, instead of saying, I could see the whale's shadow floating in the water, you could say, looking down in the water, the whale's shadow floated. So it's telling me what you see without saying I. Following that, it's how to write a letter. And this is an English teacher. And he does have a 29-minute video about it. You don't need to watch the whole thing, but it might get you started. And how to write creative dialogue. So those are all options if you wanted to look at those. So following that, I've popped a few examples on DayMap and on OneNote. We've got an A grade, another A grade, a B minus, a B plus, and a C grade. These are students from last year who completed this exact same task. This was across the board the best examples I could find for you. So there's not an example of each of the tasks. Most students did a diary entry, a letter, or a story. Step 4, submit your draft. You need to include the arrival screenshot. You need to save it correctly, have your SACE ID in the header of your document, which is up here if it's a Word document. It needs to have the response to text up in the middle and the word count at the bottom. I've asked for all of your drafts to be done in OneNote so I can see and quickly color code your mistakes using my editing key. You won't need to submit it on DayMap because I'll be able to see it on OneNote, but I will still make a box on it so I can tick whether or not you've handed in your draft. And that's it.